Something crazy is happening right now in East Africa. Tanzania just had an election where the president supposedly won 98% of the vote, but people are dying in the street. But they're saying it's all a lie. Let me explain what's really going on in Tanzania, because this story is bigger than it looks. So, here's the setup. On October 29, 2025, Tanzania held its general elections. The incumbent president Samia Suluhu Hassan was running for a full term. Official results say that she won about 97 and 98% of the vote. Sounds like a landslide, right? But the context is what makes this story explosive. The main opposition forces were effectively shut down. Major opposition candidates were arrested or disqualified. One party, Chamadama, was barred from standing for failing to sign a required code of conduct. Because many Tanzanians say that this wasn't a fair fight, opposition say hundreds of people have been killed in protests since the election. One opposition spokesperson said roughly 700 people died in just few days. The UN rights officials say that they have credible reports of at least 10 deaths. A nationwide curfew, internet shutdowns, deployment of military is all reported. So, you got a situation where the vote seems to be one-sided. The opposition sidelined and the public responding with outrage. So you might be wondering, why should we care beyond the headlines? A few big implications here. The first one is democracy. Tanzania had been seen as one of the East Africa's most stable nations politically. With this election, critics say the long-time ruling party is cementing control even more tightly now. Second one is for human rights. Reports of arrests, abduction, protest deaths, plus suppression of internet and media access raise red flags for rights group. Third one is for the region and economy. Unrest spreads beyond the capital. Internet blackouts hit businesses. The signal is stability may be shakier than it looks. So, what happens next? Will there be an independent investigation into the alleged deaths of use of force? The UN has called to do that. Will the opposition be allowed to regroup, or will the political space shrink farther? How will international actors, donors, investors, neighboring states respond to this election and its fallout? On a human level, how will ordinary Tanzanians live through this now? Curfews, disruptions, and sense of political exclusion. So, the UN is pushing for an investigation into the killings. But unless there's a massive internet pressure, the ruling party might just tighten its grip even more now. What are your thoughts? Well, comment down below. Let's talk. Let's go!